Hello, my name is Ian. I'm one of the Sage 200 support team technicians. Today I'm just going to take you through this brief video on setting up Power BI and using the demonstration report. So what we'll look at is we'll look at the prerequisites for using Power BI, how to get started with Power BI. We'll go through a demonstration of the setup, which includes installing the Power BI connector, loading the customer's report and connecting your Sage 200 cloud data. We'll take a quick look at adding custom fields to your report in case there's other information you want to pull in, and then we'll talk about what to try next. So just to quickly recap on what you should have done before watching this video, you should have contacted us about registering your Office 365 registration. That should have been registered. You should have installed the Azure Proxy application installer, created the tunnel. Your API tab and system admin should be populated with all of your Microsoft 365 tenant information as well as the site URL, and you should be able to return companies when you log on to the onlineservices.sage200.co.uk website, like so. Once you can return this information, you're ready to start and get started with Power BI. So what you'll want to do first of all is you'll actually want to get the Power BI desktop application downloaded and installed on your computer. So if you open up a new tab, and then if you go to the link shown in the video here, what this will do, this will take you to the Microsoft Power BI homepage. From there, we'll go to Products, Power BI Desktop. If you click on Download Free and you've got the Windows Store installed, what this will do is this will open up the Windows Store for you and allow you to download their application from there. If you don't, just click on See or Download Language options. Choose your language, which is English. Take your version, so I'll use the x64-bit version because I've got a 64-bit version operating system. And then this will just download in the bottom left-hand corner for you. So when the application's finished downloading in the bottom left-hand corner, just click on it just to open it up. And then we'll run the file. And this installation will just take a few moments to complete. And when that's finished installing, you'll get this screen here. What we'll do for the minute is we'll just untick the option to launch Microsoft Power BI Desktop and just click Finish. The next step we'll need to take is installing the Power BI connector through Sage 200 Cloud. So if you open up Sage 200 Client, and then if you click on Tools, Installers, and then Microsoft Power BI connector, and that literally takes a second. You only need to install it once per PC that's going to be using Power BI, and the access rights and the companies that they'll be able to choose will be determined via their access rights in system administration. So we'll click OK at that message just to let you know that connector is installed in Documents, Power BI Desktop, Custom Connectors, and that's where it should exist there. Once this has been installed, what we'll then do is we'll get the Sage 200 customer report that we've created just as a demonstration to show you what can be achieved through Power BI and the API. So what we'll do is we'll just press F1 on the keyboard to bring up the in-product help files. And what we'll do is we'll just type in Power BI report. Choose the link for Create Power BI Report, and you'll see the link here for Download Power BI Customer Report Template. Click on that link and it'll ask you to sign in. So if you download the file, what that does is that just downloads the Power BI template. When it's finished downloading, click on the template, and what that'll do is that'll open up Power BI for you. So what will happen is when you open the report is you get the Power BI custom connector screen. Obviously, because you've never used this report before, it'll ask you to sign in. So what we're going to do here is we're going to sign in with our Office 365 details, and then we'll click connect. So what this will do, the custom connector will go away via the tunnel, find the information, find the Sage 200 data that you're currently connected to, and it'll return it in this drop-down list. Obviously, if you've got multiple companies, again, depending on your access rights, will depend on what companies are returned in this field. For me, I've only got demonstration data in here, so we'll choose demonstration data. And just as an example of how you can shape your data, we've got different agent types for this report. You've got the transaction date, the due date, or calendar monthly agent, depending on obviously how you report on your age debt. So I'll leave this as just transaction date and click load. So what this is doing now, Power BI is working with the API to go away and return all the relevant information from the field and the queries in the back end of this report. And what this will do is it'll just continue to work away for a few moments just while it builds all these queries and returns your visual dashboard. And you'll see that once the queries are finished and completed, you'll get your Power BI dashboard and it'll look a little something like this. So at the bottom you have got different views. You've got a customer centric view, you have a sales view, And you also have your age depth view. Now, this is just some of the things that Power BI is capable of when you use the Sage 200 API. And that's it. So you've now added the Sage 200 customer report, and you're using the Sage 200 Cloud API to pull back information from your Sage 200 database into these dashboards. Now, what we'll look at next is we'll look at adding your own additional queries into a Power BI report to help you transform your data and pull more information in. So we're making this little part of the video just to give you a head start on getting used to using the Sage 200 custom connector. Well, I've had a lot of partners and people ask for information on how to do this. What you'll need to do is you'll need to edit the existing Power BI template, as that already has the Sage 200 custom connector fitted into it. So it won't need any additional development work from yourself. All you'll need is an understanding of how the API works and what the endpoints are. And what I'll do is I'll just run through a quick demonstration to show you how we can add banking information into this report. So the first thing we'll do is we'll just save a copy of the report. So we'll do File and Save As. And we'll just save this as New Customer Report. Once that's been saved, what we're going to do is we're going to click on this button here that says Transform Data. What this does, this opens up the Power Query Editor. So this is basically where all the information is that the API is using with a custom connector to return information from your Sage 200 database. If you want to add a new endpoint into your Power BI report, if you right click on one of these nodes on the left hand side, so I'm just going to use customer, and we're going to choose duplicate. And what that'll do is that'll just create a customers too. What we'll do is we'll just rename the property on the right hand side here to bank, so that we know this is going to be where our banking information is pulled in. Now, to actually get the banking information set up and correct, we're going to have to go into the advanced edit option at the top. So if you click on there, and what you'll see the query in Power BI that's made up to basically tell you what information you want returned. So this here is an endpoint within the API documentation, which you can find in the link on screen at the moment. What we're going to do is we are going to delete all this information here, and we're just going to choose the bank's endpoint. Now the next two parameters, there's one for filters, there's one for any other parameters as well that you'd like. Again, this is all covered in documentation that's available within our help files and in the Sage knowledge base. So what we'll do is we'll just click on done. And what we should see here is the API working away, and it's actually pulled back all of our bank account information. So all these endpoints here will be available to return in a GET query from the API. Again, like I say, all the documentation on that can be found on this website here. So you'll see here on the left-hand side, this will be covered by the guys from developer support doing these videos as well. On the left-hand side, these are your API endpoints. This is all the information that you get from GET requests. So you can add as many endpoints in here on the left-hand side as you want, as long as they exist within the documentation. What I then suggest you do is have a look at the Power BI help files and speak to someone who is Power BI accredited on how to transform that data into something visual and something for someone who may not be a Sage 200 user to look at. So now that you've finished setting up Power BI and you've deployed the customer report and you've made your amendments to it, here's a look at what's next. So our developer support team created some videos around querying the API using Postman to help you develop your own third-party applications that will integrate with Sage 200. I'll be doing some videos on Microsoft Power Automate, setting up and getting it used to help you automate processes such as approving purchase requisitions or purchase orders. So thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.